I gotta get me one of those headlamps like you got.
Yeah, I need to get another one. It's brighter. My daughter destroyed these ones.
Where'd you get them at? Amazon?
I don't remember where I got this one. I've had them forever. I think it was Walmart.
Oh, okay.
I
I've
got a
got
whopping
one.
few.
Yeah, I've got those
Uh-oh.
1860 650s batteries or something. It's in
Oh,
weird
the
numbers.
those rechargeable ones.
Yeah,
Okay.
I gotta get me
Yeah.
some of.
Yeah. Are you there?
I'm here.
Yeah, I have one that takes those, and I don't know what happened to it. I think I just lost it.
Ain't no telling.
I used to have a bunch of them because they're bright and they last a good while.
Yeah, like I said, I'm sitting out here on the front porch, and I seen a cat jump up on the hood of my truck, crawl across the windshield, and jump off in the bed. It's smelling those bluegills in the bucket. I guarantee you.
Oh yeah, and figured a free meal.
Yeah, the thing is, I dumped them out, so they ain't nothing in there.
Oh, you let them go?
Oh yeah, they were still alive. I had them on the aerator box, bubbler box,
Right.
so they were still alive. So I just pulled them back in the river and let them have babies.
Hopefully, if something happens here, and I got a float rig that I was gonna put out there in this little eddy out here,
Right,
just let it kind of float around, but I don't want it to get my lines. And my lines are out there pretty good, and it's pretty deep where they are.
right.
I just don't know if they'll stay in this vicinity.
How many live baits you got out?
Live, I got one.
Oh, okay.
It's I don't know if you can probably can't see it through the big poles in the way. It's in between these two poles,
Oh,
like right
okay.
in there. Yeah, that big pole's blocking it. I probably scoot it over.
No, you're good. As long as you can see it, it's all that matters.
Oh yeah, you can see it now. See it over there.
Oh yeah, I see it now.
See it over there.
Yep.
Only problem is that this pole right here is like kind of right next to the truck, so you can't really see the tip all that good.
Yeah. Have you got
So
one on
just
the other side of
found
that tree over there?
over here.
Yeah.
My hold on. That small pole bait is like right there.
Oh, okay. No, that's just another tree. I was thinking you had another rod over there. There, right in there.
Yeah. No, there's that small rod is like right in there in
Oh,
that
okay.
junk. I saw when I first pulled up. I saw stuff swirling around in there.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna throw it over there.
Heck yeah. It's like a little cove you're in.
Right. They
Well, have
had
the
to build
blue.
this. We had to build this because last year it washed out.
Ah,
You see where the rocks are, like
yeah.
right here. All this was washed out, so they came in with a bunch of rock and threw a bunch of big rocks on little rocks and everything, and then
Yeah.
it kind of built a wall right here to kind of help
Right.
it, like a little dam.
Yeah. Keep it from eroding as bad.
Yeah, I mean it was bad, bad last year. You
Yeah.
can't really tell, but over, like past the poles,
Uh huh.
uh, like over there, Oh, you see the light where the light is
Yeah,
in the left corner?
right.
Yeah,
I
that's
see
all
it.
water. Oh,
Oh
oh,
yeah.
that's what this whole road looked like.
Oh Lord.
I mean, I could walk up the road, past where that pole is, and the river's right there on top of the water, on top of the road.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I drove through it to get to the end, and it was pretty deep. I was like, I'm not doing that again.
No. Get out there and get stuck, and there you are.
Yeah, because you could feel the rocks like just digging into the ground. I'm like, oh, this wasn't a good idea. I came back through it. I put it in 4-wheel drive and just went.
Just gunned it and hope for the best.
Right. I mean, I could see the rocks on the far side, farthest away from the river,
Right.
but it was still like you could see when your tire would hit the rocks, it would
Yeah.
just go down.
Out there where you're at, do y'all have blues out there, or is it just flathead and channels?
I think there's some blues in here. I mean, there's a lot of flatheads in here,
Right.
so I would think that there's blues in here too.
Well, I know
I,
further out west you go, the blues tend to just fade away, and you just got like channel cats and flatheads.
right. I never asked anybody. I mean, if there's spoonbill in here, I would think there'd be blues.
You would think. There may just not be a big population of them.
Right. And they might be like further north or further south. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Different parts of the river.
Right.
Because there's
They
a
just had
lot
to
of
work their way up in there.
agriculture. Yeah. There's a lot of agriculture around me. I'm on a county road right now.
Oh,
There's
okay.
a lot of land. I got it in a few shorts that I did. And I posted a video today with some. When I was driving in here, I took a video of it. It's a lot of agriculture. I don't know if they plant anything anymore because it's a lot of the yellow weed flowers
Right.
in a lot of the fields. So I do know in the wintertime when hunting season's around, you see a lot of vehicles out here that aren't supposed to be out here.
Yeah.
I mean, they're allowed to be out here. They're just doing things they're not supposed to be doing.
Right.
Mr. Mark, Catfish and Crappie, how's it going, sir? How's fishing? Well, it's fishing. I had a few hits earlier before I went live, and I had some hits while I was live, nothing major. But we're doing. How are you doing, sir? Appreciate you coming in. We were live earlier, maybe 10 minutes ago. But my audio went out because I decided it'd be a good idea to put an earpiece in, and my audio went out, so I had to restart. I got rained out. I'm sorry to hear that. I was waiting for you to go live. I didn't know if you were going to go live or not, but I thought you said something about maybe going out.
I think Catfish and Crappie went live earlier, but I was out fishing and just got the notification.
I must have been dealing with all this stuff. Didn't see it.
Possibly.
It's a 45-minute drive for me to get to here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Either I came here 45 minutes or I drive 2.5 hours north or 2.5 hours south. And I just figured I'd come here.
Well, it's about like it is for me to drive to up our Chickamauga Dam or the lake or Nickajack, it's an hour and 10 minutes for me, depending on the traffic. That's the reason I don't get to go as often as I do.
Fell asleep hanging with the wife. Well, you can't complain about that, you know. Got a nice nap in while hanging out with the missus. How'd you do bait fishing? Did you do pretty good? Yeah, but Travis, you got a pristine river up there, river system, and tributaries and stuff like that that are connected.
Oh, yes.
You know, I have the Arkansas River, but like I said, that's 2.5 hours south.
Right.
I have there's other lakes. I mean, but I'm just not a lake person. You know, they're not lakes that are tributaries. They're just lakes that are stocked with like blues and channels and stuff like that. And
Right.
they're basically for, come and take them so we can stock more type places.
Right. How far do you live from Flippin, Arkansas?
Tipping?
Flippin, where they make the Ranger boats at.
Oh, flipping. A few hours.
Oh, you're a few hours. Okay.
Why are you gonna buy me one?
Oh, I'd love to have one. Thought you were buying.
They should give us a discount just for living here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of boats that are actually made in Arkansas.
Oh, I bet there is.
A lot of the big name brands are made in Arkansas. About 13 and 40 minutes. That's pretty good. Did you go to the Honey Hole Pond? I can probably turn this fan off. It's keeping the mosquitoes off me, but it's getting cold. This little fan, man, this thing is a blessing. I got it off the TikTok shop. Let me see this.
Wow.
Okay, the tailgate's starting to hurt.
Butt going to sleep.
Yeah, butt, legs, and everything else. I don't know what is wrong.
Oh, that's a nice looking little fan. Rechargeable?
Yeah, rechargeable. And the battery lasts a long time. Let's see. I've had it going for 4 hours, maybe. It's powerful too.
Yeah.
And when you got high.
I need to get me one of those for just having right there on the bank, or they put in the camper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's powerful. It's called the So Cool fan. It has clips on it, so you can clip it onto your pants. And it has a shirt clip. Well, this is your pants, and this is your shirt. You clip your shirt in here, while this is on your pants. That way, it keeps the air blowing into underneath your shirt.
Oh yeah, you keep your body core cool.
Yeah, and it also has a kickstand, so you can set it down like this.
Yeah.
Like this. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I'll look on the TikTok shop and try and find those, and maybe wind up getting a couple of those.
I go to the pond and when the wind has been blowing the right way for 2 days. Wait. Oh. Makes getting bait faster. I believe it. I found my new bait spot, that's for sure. All those green sunfish or pumpkin seeds.
You'd think with all those agricultural land out there, there'd be little watering canals that would be stocked with those little sunfish.
Oh, they have them. There's gar in them.
Oh, there's gar. Yeah, they've already eat all the sunfish out then.
There's about maybe about I seen about a foot to 2 foot gar in one of them, and it was maybe 6 foot wide.
Mm.
Yeah, it was not play. I was not happy.
Oh no, no.
That's when the river flooded, and when it flooded, it washed all of them in there.
Yeah.
Now they're just like trapped. Would you use for bait, Mark? Jig? Oh, my head down. Never caught a gar. It's fun. I like catching gar. It's fun. They put up especially when you catch anywhere from 3 to 5 foot. I think my biggest gar was about 5.5 foot. It was an alligator gar. Caught it on the Arkansas River.
Oh,
And I think
you ever caught those bottlenose gar
bottlenose, the spotted gar.
or the long nose?
Oh,
Sometimes they're
long nose.
called.
Yeah, I've
They
caught
got
some of
the
them.
mouthful of razor-like teeth.
Oh, they all got teeth.
Oh, I know they do. But those long neck gar or long nose gar,
Right.
when they smile at you, you can just see the razor blades shining.
Oh yeah, they're like translucent. You just like glisten.
Oh yeah. Let one of them chomp down on you like a dog bit you.
Oh, you don't have many. Yeah, I can see you not having that many with that on the Fox River. It's not that big. I think this river that I'm on right now might be a little bit bigger than the Fox River, but not by much. Uh, you can see it in my video I just put out how wide this river is. And I like fishing these small rivers. I mean, just especially like this because of the abundance of fish that are in here. Uh, and now that the commercial netters have basically, subsided
Obliterated
some,
it.
yeah, they quit, you know, destroying it. And I think that guy said who stopped by earlier, he puts out bank line sometimes when the fishing's bad, and with bank poles. But he said that because I asked him, I was like, dude, don't people steal them? He's like, no. Everybody kind of keeps to themselves around here. If they see something, they just leave it be. When I showed up here, there was trot lines everywhere, thrown on
Oh,
the spread out over the road, and I was worried that I ran. Somebody put a booby trap up.
oh
You
yeah.
know, you ever see those videos where people string line across the road to knock 4-wheeler riders off their bikes, off their 4-wheelers and stuff like that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, clothesline them.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I just kind of got up all the trot line and cut it and put it in the back of my truck.
Yep. It's probably about half rotted.
No, it was actually, it looked fairly new.
Huh.
I don't know if somebody had put it out there. Oh, I'm getting another bite. I don't know if y'all can see it or not. I guess not. Yeah, the video's not too great. Getting a bite on this rod. Yeah, the line looked
11,
fairly new.
that 11 footer.
Yeah, the one in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked fairly new, but the way it was set up is weird. So I
Out
just
here, out here, people rig those lines up, but instead of using like trot line material, they'll use bob wire.
really,
Yeah.
that's always scary. It's always scary riding on these back roads, man. You never know what's
Oh,
gonna happen.
exactly. And you was thinking it being like a tripwire. It could have been so they had a shotgun shell tied to the other end of it to when you hit it, blow your head off.
Right. And that's the thing about this road. Like guys like that guy who's on the side by side, they're up and down here all the time because you got to go through a little town of like 600 people to get to these county roads, and they're in here all the time. So you never know who's doing it, you know. But
Oh,
being in a
right.
small town, somebody knows who's doing it.
Yeah, whoever done it figured they'll teach them to stay out of there on the four wheelers and dirt bikes and side by sides or whatever from tearing the roads up so much.
Right. I think my live bait's kind of scared of something. Ooh, is that a? It's over there just bobbing away, trying to get away from something.
That's the way ours were doing this evening.
Was it?
Yeah, we had the bells clipped or the clickers on the bait casters
Right.
and just had them like free line, and they'd take off and they'd go for a short run and then just stop. We
Well, at least
figured,
it was life. I mean, shoot, I was starting to worry that I wouldn't see no accident. But oh, Jeff, what's going on, Mr. Jeff Deal? How's it going, sir? Thanks for coming in. Mark said bank lines get cut around here and by me. That's rude. That's rude. Yeah, I don't mind bank poles. You know, like that guy said, they don't keep everything. It's just him and his wife come out here once in a while and they'll put out bank lines, you know, bank poles. Like towns like this, if you seen the town, you'd be like, okay, yeah, they're getting a few fish to eat. They don't do it like a lot of the videos I have. I've shared videos where people use bank poles. Even in Missouri, there's some people that do it, and they keep everything. I mean,
yeah,
huge flathead,
oh
and
yeah,
they have those totes that those commercial guys use, those black ones, and there's one I'll send it to you when I leave here. The tote is full of flatheads.
mm,
Yeah, it's aggravating. I sent it to Lyle and a couple other people, and it's just like, man, I don't understand what people think when they do that. Uh, I mean, I used to keep a lot of fish, like when I lived in Central Arkansas, but I ate it. I didn't keep more than 5. You know what I mean? And I didn't
right,
keep big. Even then, before I got in the catfish community, I wasn't doing stupid crap. You know, when I started learning stuff, I still wasn't keeping abundance of stuff. But even it opened my eyes to see. And when I would see people in Arkansas doing the same thing, keeping everything, it's like, man, I'm not even going to follow these people anymore because I didn't realize what they were doing is, kind of it. I get, they have thousands of eggs, but how many of those eggs actually survive? You know what I mean?
right. And when you're keeping 40 or so flatheads and 20 to 30 pound range, I mean, come on.
Right,
You're not going to eat all that at one time.
right. And Danny Stone, he told me he's like he thinks that they're selling them, which I don't think is legal. But I'm not sure. I don't know the law, but up there. But I mean, they catch some big ones. I've seen them release like 2 in one video. They released like 2, but they're something just moved somewhere. It's not a bear. Uh, but yeah, I've seen them release a couple, and that was
Yeah.
it. Yeah, there's a bear out here too. So I'm just making sure it's not a bear.
I'm sure you're well equipped for that.
Yep. I almost wasn't. I had to stop and come back in the house.
Yeah, you had to go get your bear spray.
Right. What Mark say? Not by me. Oh, my bad. There's one guy around these parts who wants to be a flathead superstar, sets bank lines and says he caught them on a rod and reel. I hate when people do that. I don't like when people, say that I'm this or that, but they actually do it. They're actually not. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just like Mark described. I heard a beep. No, nobody's in the basement.
Was you there when I broke my 14-footer?
Yes, I was. I was standing right next to you.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you
I'm the
was
one
there.
who said I think you. I'm the one who said I think you broke your rod.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I've got all the material. The rest of it will be here Monday, and I'm gonna have that thing fixed.
That's good. Because that rod sliced in half like you hit it with a freaking samurai sword.
And I hit it with that friggin' 8-ounce sinker, so that
That's some
sucker
good
will
aim.
do some damage.
Yeah, that's some good aim.
I wasn't aiming for it.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying. That's
I
good
know.
aim.
I was trying to thread the needle with the bait, and
You thread the needle all right through
I
the eye of
threaded it.
the rod.
I threaded it all right. That's for sure.
Yeah, Mark, I can't stand people like that. They want to make a name for themselves, and they catch a fish one way, and they don't show how they caught it, but they hold it up. Look what I caught on my rod and reel, and they'll actually hold a rod and reel or something, even though they caught it some other way. You know what I mean?
I don't eat catfish because I got so sick on it one time. But I love to catch them just for the fight.
Right.
And if I can't catch it legally by rod and reel, I don't want to try and catch it.
And that makes sense. I mean, that's a good what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. But yeah, that's good. You know.
Now, I don't
Good.
mind going out with an old cane pole and bluegill fishing. That's fun.
Right. Yeah, I love using my I have a 10-foot crappie rod. It's a Mr. Crappie, the West Point, the old school West Point Mr. Crappie 2-piece. That thing is fun. When you get a big bull bluegill on there, that thing bends.
Oh yeah, it'll fold in half and you think it's gonna break.
Right.
Well, it's like those B&M Black Widow, they're like telescopic. You get them at
Right.
Walmart for $10 or so.
Yeah.
I mean, those are fun because they got a whip action to them.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
think you got a monster with a 2-inch bluegill on there.
I'm always afraid I'm going to break one of those. I just don't like telescopic because of I don't know how durable. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
You get one bad piece in that telescopic rod, and the whole thing is done.
Right.
But yeah, I've had those before. I just never
Trust
used it
them.
a lot. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Mark doesn't eat catfish. No, he doesn't eat much catfish. I fish for other fish to eat. Like soho or whatever it's called, walleye.
Right.
Man, if I could, I'd fish for walleye every day. I'd put my catfish rods out and fish. That's what I do over here when I get down towards the other end. I'll throw my catfish rods out. Oh, something's back pecking on that 11-footer. And I'll go to the other side where the spring river is, and I'll throw out there for walleye.
Right.
I caught walleye on my catfish rig. I got a picture of it.
Right.
Little small piece of bluegill.
I'm not even sure how to even catch a walleye. I mean, I heard jigging, just like crappy jigs or uh,
Use a
spoons or whatever. Little
spoon
crankbaits, maybe.
spoons work. Flicker shad, crankbaits work like the square bills. I like
Right.
using swim baits. Those work really good over here for walleye.
Well, I'm sure you could use like an eighth ounce or quarter ounce rattle trap and catch them.
I don't know. Never heard anybody catch them on a rattle trap.
Well, I hadn't either, but I'm sure they could
Oh, rattle
if they.
trap. Okay, I'm thinking of something else. You catch them on rattle trap.
And I'm sure rooster tails would work real
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Rooster tail, a chartreuse rooster tail was really good.
Or
Me and my dad used to get them and put them on downriggers, like the 1 ounce rooster tails in Lake Erie, and we used to troll for them like that.
oh yeah, or any inline spinner.
Night crawler on a jig works great for walleye. Mark says, yeah, that's true too.
Yeah,
Put a night crawler on there and kind of put half of it on the hook and then leave a little bit off so kind of the other half just like flickers in the water, moves around. You
yeah.
just sit there and jig it.
Well, I'm sure you could use live bait like minnows or shad or something like that too.
Oh, minnow works excellent for walleye, flicker shad, paddle tails, jerk baits. What am I saying? Blade baits. They eat everything. Yeah, that's true. They're a predator fish, so I think a lot of people what they do is they try to mimic a lot of the bait fish that they're in and try to give it um, a little bit of life to it, like a little bit of slash, and that always
Right.
helps. Man, I wish I could have got on some moon eye before I came here. Our moon eye just disappeared this year with all the floods.
Well, that's about the way it is with the skipjack on right there at the dam. They're
Right.
obsolete this year. There's very few and far between if there's any caught.
That's crazy though.
I
But then you
know.
see James and Jody out there, they put out their baits and they're spot locked and they, let their baits go out and they kind of with the float on it and they just let it float on top of the water with a popping cork and
Yeah.
white bass, skipjack. I mean, they nail them.
Right. Now the white bass, I mean, you can catch them fairly easy there at the dam, but skipjack, no.
Mark said he uses whole crawlers with a stinger hook, kind of like a Erie Deary. I mean, that's the first time I used the Erie Deary going for walleye.
Never heard of an Erie Deary.
Basically, a big. What would you explain that like, Mark? You know how a rooster tail has that spoon on it?
Right.
It has that, and it has beads on it, like different color beads, but it has two hooks. It's basically for a worm. Put one part of
Okay.
the beginning part of the worm in one hook, and you kind of stretch it out, and put the other part in the other hook, and it
Okay.
just yeah.
I've seen some plastic baits, plastic rubber worms that were pre-tied. All you had to do was tie the hook onto the line, but
Right.
down the body of the worm, they've threaded a piece of monofilament down through there and put another hook at the about halfway or three quarters down.
Yep.
That way
That's
it's
basically
but they didn't have the spinner on it like you're talking about or the beads.
what you use. I don't know why they put the beads on there. The depth. I think it just gives it a movement and different shade of color.
And
For
if
however deep you are.
you're right, and it could be if there's any movement in it, they'll click back and forth, to give it a little sound.
Oh yeah, that's true. Like if it goes up and down, yeah, the beads will sit there and click back.
Vibrate. Yeah. Plus, you got the spoon, the spinner on it, making vibration too.
This tailgate is killing me now.
You got to get the wrench out and go take the front seat out and sit down on it.
I can't believe I freaking left my seat. I don't know how many times I went back in my garage to get stuff.
Well, anytime you go fishing, you forget something.
Yeah. I'm just glad I was sitting right here by the bank. That's one thing about this area, this river. If you don't have to walk unless if you can find spots to where you can pull up to and be like, hey, I'm gonna fish right here.
Right.
I don't think I would stay the night out here because I've driven down here where I think it was last year was Brian's Midnight Madness, Brian B's, and I came down here and there was cars. There's like little pull-offs for tractors to get into the fields, and there was a car in there, and I'm like, what are they doing? So yeah, it's
probably some teenagers doing teenager things.
The guy didn't look like a teenager.
Oh.
He was probably doing messed up stuff.
Well, that or he had him a wild date with a mistress that his wife didn't know about.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. Mark said bass stopper worms, old school bait that are deadly. Bass stopper worms. That's what you're explaining, those bass stopper worms.
Evidently, I don't know what they were called, but they
I
only
remember
had like they didn't have like a number 2 Aberdeen hooks in them.
Really?
Yeah, they were real tiny, like brim hooks. The ones that I can remember seeing. I don't ever remember having, like no bigger than a size 1 hook in them.
I think you can get them. I think you can get them like bigger sizes with the hooks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The bigger the sizes, maybe the bigger the worm or whatever. I remember seeing those. My grandfather used to have a bunch of them. He'd catch trout on them. He'd catch everything on them. The smaller the hooks, the better. But I haven't seen those in a long time. With all the new crap that come out, and everything has to be flashy and get 2 baits for like $20. Yeah.
Some of those swim baits now, good Lord, they're $40-$50 a piece.
Oh yeah, some of them are proud of their stuff.
Yeah. I think Storm makes those swim baits like that.
What, the $40-$50 ones?
Yeah. I right outside Chester Frost, that little bait and tackle store that's on the left.
Oh, that place is like ridiculous.
Yeah. But go on Bass Pro Shop or Cabela's website and look at them.
I went in that bait shop. And I was like, yeah, I don't belong in here.
My pocketbook ain't thick enough for this place.
Exactly.
And Mark I forgot my American Express.
Mark said they lost their mind with prices. Exactly. And it's crazy. I mean, that's why, I'm a true believer of the jig. It's, I only use certain people's jigs, and there's like 3 of them. I use Crappie Man's jigs. I'll use or 4. Crappie Man's jigs, Lyle's jigs, and I have Double Hook Angling and Natural State Fishing, which his name's Matt as well, and he's in Arkansas. Those are the only people I use jig because they keep it simple. Especially like Lyle, he keeps it simple, and that's all you need. You can buy those underspin things that you hook on the jig itself,
right?
And then boom, there you go. That's all you need. I've caught plenty of bass on, the jigs that Lyle sent me, and they're simple and they actually look like the bait fish in our area. You put on one of those underspins, you can catch anything.
Right. Well, even if you're using like hand ties or whatever, you use your own hand ties, I know.
Yeah.
And just I had some hand ties that I tied up, and I think they were on a number 10 salmon egg hook. It was a small hook, and I tied a black ant pattern. I just used some black dubbing and black thread and put it on there like a little ant. I caught the crap out of some bluegill on them.
Oh yeah, those ant patterns work great for bluegill.
Oh yeah.
The ant or the beetle, especially when you can get them to like kind of float in the water.
Yeah. Betts made one called a brim getter.
The beetle.
Yeah. It had a little puffy tail end on it with spider legs on it.
Yeah.
Oh, them little suckers right there, they'd annihilate them. I had them in several different colors. I think they were orange and white and black. And I think they had a yellow. But I never could catch anything except on the black ones.
Yeah, it's the natural color.
Yep.
Those natural colors, man, they work. I mean, I'll use bright colors once in a while, like when that's muddy or really stained. But if I want a little bit more shine to it, then I'll use the bright colors.
Yeah. And a brown mud dirt color, just or red clay, they work great too sometimes.
Yeah. I like brown and green.
Yeah.
Oops. Mark said, so does the fly pattern, the house fly. Oh yeah, Kim Burnett's house fly. Oh my gosh, I have caught so many different fish species on the house fly, and I'm always calling them, hey, I need more, I need more, I need more.
Yeah, send me 6 dozen or so.
Right. Yeah, it's like me. I'd rather say, okay, send me 4 of this pattern, and get groups of 4, and then when I need more, I'll get more.
The only thing bad about fly fishing, is I hang them up in the trees so bad.
Well, you can't be around trees when you fly fishing.
Well, I'm talking about like flipping it up under brushes or whatever, trying to shoot it up under there, and you overcorrect, and there it is. It's hung up.
You get one of those Tenkara rods.
What kind of rods?
It's a Tenkara, Tenkara. Those rods can get very pricey, and they don't even have a reel on them. You basically just, I think you tie it to the tip. I think you just tie it to the tip, and they're some of them are telescopic, but some of them come in like different like pieces.
Right.
But you tie the line to the tip, and you just basically flip the line out there. You make the line as long as you want, to where you want to get it. You kind of like dock shooting. You know, you pull the line back and you can flick the line underneath a branch or something and get it out
Right.
there. Those are fun. Those are really fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've seen Tenkara rods that go for $600, and they have one eye on them.
I went into a fly store one day, fly shop, and they had Orvis and Reddington and Sims, St. Croix. I mean, they had several different name brand rods, and I picked up a 4-weight 8-footer. That son of a gun was $900, and I was like, "No, thank you." I'm like,
I
"You
have
lost your ever loving mind."
oh yeah, some of those. I mean, I've seen fly rods for thousands of dollars. The best fly rod I've ever had is the Lyle Stokes,
Oh,
and I've caught an 8-pound brown trout on that thing with 5-weight line, and I mean that line is tiny, and that thing handled, I mean, perfectly. Didn't feel no cracking, didn't nothing,
yeah.
and that thing was bent over like I was fighting. I was fighting a catfish with a freaking cane pole.
Oh, yeah.
But you know, I have there's a buddy of mine who lives in Texas, and that's all he does is fly fish. You know, for striper and smallmouth. He sent
Right.
me. I mean, he ridiculously sent me a Thompson and Thompson fly rod, the 7-weight. And this guy's really. I mean, he's awesome. He's. Hey, I'm not using this anymore. Do you want it? I was like, yeah, I'll buy it off you. He's like, all right, I'll send it to you. I'm like, okay, and I'll get it and I'll look at it and I'll be like, yeah, I'll have it. You know, and I'm like, how much you want for it? He's like, don't worry about it. And I'm like, I'll never hear from him for like a month. I'm like, dude, how much you want for it? He's like, I said, don't worry about it. And I looked up this Thompson rod he sent me. It was like $450.
Oh, yeah. Well, the
I was like,
fly
dang,
rod.
you got that mark money.
Oh, yeah. The only rods that I've got, fly rods, I've got a 9-foot, 5-weight. It's a 4-piece. No, it's a 2-piece. Excuse me. It's a 2-piece, 9-foot, 5-weight. And I've got a 4-piece, 4-weight Cabela's. And I caught them on sale and I bought them. And I asked my daughter, I said, they had I think it was a 7 or 8-foot, 4-weight, 4-piece, on sale. And I asked her, I said, "Do you want a fly rod to try and use?" She goes, "Sure, Dad." And they were only like 40 or $50. It was a whole combo kit, rod, reel, case, and all. And I said, "Well, which one do you want?" And she goes, "I want the pink one." And I was like, "Okay." So I bought her that one.
Mark
I
said,
think
don't
she
believe the
used.
lies, Matt.
I think she's used it one time.
Those are fun. I mean, on some of the fly rods, you don't need, you know, the reel and you know, especially where you go, you know, there's no room for you to cast.
Oh
You just
yeah,
need a leader, tie it onto the end of the fly rod, and make it as long as the rod, and there you go. You
yeah.
know,
Basically using it as a cane pole.
right? Lyle, when he sent me that 5-weight, man, that's all I use. That's all I use. I have an 8-weight, you know, for bigger fish like a striper, or you know, I try to go for walleye. You know, I haven't been able to do it, but I haven't been able to connect on one. You know, there's too many trees around. Usually where I
Yeah.
go for walleye,
Well, that
but
one you got from Lyle, is it a black horse or a Krampus cane?
no, this is a whole different.
Oh,
Uh, yeah, he like custom made it for me.
right. Okay. So it's pretty much his black horse line.
Yeah, he called it the crippler because He's like, what do you want to name it? And I was like, name it the Crippler because I'm crippled. He's like, okay.
That'll work.
It says the Crippler by Lyle Stokes. Mark says, oh, please don't believe the lies, Matt. I just like giving you trouble. Not trouble, giving you crap. Lyle has a 5-weight Cabela's, works just fine for me. That's what you need to be catching those bluegill on. You want to talk about a fight. Those big bluegills you catch make it feel like you're catching a bass.
Oh, you think you got a whale on the end of it.
Right? I mean, all you get some nymphs, tie up some nymphs. I mean, those are hard for me to tie. I don't have feeling in my freaking fingers, and my left hand's already messed up as it is, and I can't tie them that small. I don't know how people tie them that small.
I can't see to tie that small.
I'd have to take my glasses completely off to see the tie those things.
I'd have to take my glasses completely off and put a 4-power magnification lens on.
But they work. I mean, even if you get one, order different colors of Kimbernet's housefly and a couple other of his flies.
Right.
I mean, you tear them up. Or just go to Walmart and get those little poppers that they have. Those poppers work great.
Oh, those already pre-tied.
Yeah.
Like out of balsa wood.
Yeah, little mini poppers.
Yeah.
Double Hook Dave sent me some nymphs. Oh crap, what happened? This dang thing. I just got out of my life. Double Hook sent me some nymphs. Yeah, my eyes make tying a challenge. All right, Mark, have a good night. Thank you for coming in, sir. I really appreciate it.
But you know, Matt, I hadn't even thought about taking and just like on the top eye of my fly rod, just tying some 4-pound monofilament or something to it.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Trying it like that. I hadn't thought of trying it like that.
You want to tie something on? Use P-line. It's like a clear P-line. It comes in a blue and black box. That stuff is
like that fluorocarbon.
Yeah, that stuff is awesome. Hey, John, 217, what's going on, brother? I'm sorry I didn't see you come in. Thanks for stopping in, brother. I appreciate it.
I'll try that, Matt.
Yeah, that P-line is really nice. I use that for when I fly fish and I don't have any leader. I'll use that 4-pound or 5-pound because it's really, really thin.
You know, instead of tying it to the top eye, drop down to the second or third eye from the top and tie it to that, and then just run it on out through there like you would your fly line or whatever.
Oh, tie it to the second one and run it out the last one.
Yeah,
that would work. Give it a little bit of better backbone.
Yeah. Or you could even tie it down there to the third or fourth eye to give it more backbone if need be.
Yeah, that actually would probably be a better idea. That way, you're not hurting the integrity of the eye or the rod.
Right. The worst thing you're gonna do is if you're gonna rip your eye off if you catch too big of a fish.
I gotta plug my phone. Ow. There's a lot of rocks over here. I forgot to get more weights when I was down there in Tennessee. Yeah, I'd really like to put this float rig out, but I don't. Mark is the one who put me on these floats. These are Whisker Seeker floats. This is a 2-ounce. I've seen.
Oh, I'm backside. Oh, there I am. I
Yeah.
kicked myself out. Rookie.
But yeah, Mark put me on these floats. These things are nice. I've been watching River Certified Spencer use them a lot. And 2-ounce means you just put a 2-ounce egg sinker underneath it to keep it afloat.
Is that
And
a Whisker Seeker float?
yep. I don't know if you can read it or not. Can you read it?
Yeah, I can see it. It's
And you got
upside
the
down, but I can see it.
Is it?
Yeah, well, to me it is, but it's
Yeah,
fine, Matt. I can read it.
these things are nice. You can put a heavy weight on here too, and it'll keep it above water.
So you got a 2-ounce egg on the bottom of it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You put the float with your
Bobber stop.
bobber stop and your bead, just kind of like a regular float, and then you put a bead here above so it doesn't bang against the egg, and then you put a bead underneath so it doesn't mess up the knot
Right,
of your
protect your
swivel.
knot. Protect your
And then you
knots.
have then you have your swivel, and however long you want your line to be. I think
Your
mine's a little
leader.
bit too long. Yeah, I think mine's a little bit too long, but I like it. I can't wait to use it.
What kind of rod is that?
This is a Trophy Cat rod.
Oh, okay.
It's a blue Trophy
Yeah.
Cat rod.
Yeah. I
Mine's just
seen those. I seen those on their website, and those are nice looking.
That's not backwards. It says Trophy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the midnight one.
I like that red one they had too.
Oh, the fire rod. Yeah, those are really nice. Those are sharp. I got a couple of them too. Most of mine are white though, just because they come up better.
Yeah.
If I use the blue or the red, I'll put a light directly. I'll put them next to each other, and I'll put a light right next to them so you can see them.
Yeah.
I don't like the whole black light thing because it just attracts so many bugs. And fishing in the
Oh,
woods,
yeah.
it's not a good idea.
Yeah, you get out there and the skeeters will carry you off.
Right. They're not very bad right now because we got a nice little breeze.
So that's good.
The water does look like it's dropping a little bit. Yeah, very minimal. Just going down slowly.
Well, y'all got probably nearly a foot of rain this past week.
Yeah, that's what that guy said. During all that rain, that's when everything flooded again. We get a lot of the water from Missouri. That when they open their spillways and gates, they'll flood down here.
Right. Well, is there a dam on that river you're on?
Yeah, it's further. It's up in Missouri, I think.
Oh, okay.
Danny fishes the Black River too. Danny and Parker.
Okay. It was
Yeah, I'll
nice
get up there
meeting.
and fish. Good.
It was nice meeting Jerry at the gathering.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice seeing him again.
That's the first time I'd ever met Jerry.
Not what you expect, is it?
Oh, he's a nut.
Yeah, he's crazy. Remember when I first met him? I met him at the Trail of Tears when me, Danny, him, Richard Cluck, and Stephanie, and Hooks and Hammocks were there, and Chad and Dee came down. That's the first time I met all them.
Right.
It was fun. It rained pretty good too. That's when Jerry caught his, I think, caught a 65-pounder.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
Well, maybe after I retire and everything, I can travel some and maybe get out there and fish with you.
That'd be nice. Even if we meet up somewhere, in the middle.
Oh, yeah. I still want to fish the Mississippi one time.
Yeah, I need to get back up there and fish with them. I mean, I have my Missouri license. I can go up there whenever I want. I don't like inviting myself places, so
Oh, yeah.
I just wait for somebody to say, "Hey, you want to go fishing?" How long we been live? What time is it? 1? It is 1 a.m.
It's probably 2 here.
Yeah, it's 2 there. Let's say I'm going to give it another, what is it? Been live 51 minutes.
Well, I'm showing an hour and 2 minutes nearly.
Oh, really?
That's what it's showing on my end, but
Probably. Oh, no, I checked that. Because started 51 minutes ago.
oh, okay.
If I don't get any hits anymore in about 9 minutes, I'm going to probably end it and pack it up, head to the house.
I don't blame you.
And as soon as I say that, that middle 11-footer starts getting nibbles again.
Oh, yeah.
It started a little bobbing.
Oh, yeah. Is that the one you got the live bait on?
No, that's
that little short rod. That's right.
Yeah, short rod over there has a live bait, then skipjack, and I think that's shad. I don't remember. I never remember where I put my bait.
I can't either.
I just know it's got a cut bait on there. One has shad, one has skipjack, and one has cut red ear or pumpkin seed.
Yeah. Have you used that new FOA rod yet?
No, I got to get a reel for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got to get a reel. I don't even know what reel to get for. I don't want to get something too gaudy, too big, but I want something that can hold a good amount of line.
I would say, I don't know how you are about the PC Fun or if you like the Garcias or.
I mainly run PC Fun. I have one reel that's not PC Fun. That's a bait caster that I bought off of John at the gathering. It's the Ancient Mariner.
That one would work on it.
It's on my 11-footer right here.
Oh, okay.
And it's a spinning rod. That effing rod I got, that's a spinning rod.
Oh, it's a spinning. Okay.
Yeah.
Get you one of those 5,000 or 6,000 carbon X's PC Fun makes.
Oh, they're spinning. I didn't even think about that. That's a good idea.
I think they got the bait runners on them.
Do they? If they do, I'm gonna get one of them. Do they have a 5,000?
I don't know. You have to look on their website and see, but they possibly do.
So I know I have
wouldn't
some
get
FOA boards that I'm going to use on this river because of the current. I'm going to try to put some boards out, kind of suspend baits or whatever,
right,
and that way I can get them out where I want them, and they'll stay there instead of just getting blown back by the current.
right. I
I've been
wouldn't go
watching
with a
videos on how to do that.
yeah. I wouldn't go with one of the Penn Fierce or Penn Battle reels. They're just too pricey for something like that.
Oh, the spinning?
Yeah,
Yeah, those are freaking ridiculous. I mean, I get it. You get what you pay for, but I've had these PC funds on these rods for so long, and they've been beat to crap and they still work. I've only had one mess up. It's because I did it,
right.
and it was something I did when I was casting, and I messed up the gears on the inside.
Right. I was on TikTok shop and I bought, it was one of the Soyaling, those Japanese, Chinese made reels that's a spinning.
Right.
It's a 10,000 size. It's huge, but I put it on a 15-foot spinning rod and it's got a bait runner on it.
Right.
And I haven't had any trouble out of it. And I think they make them in a 5,000 and 6,000 too with the bait runners.
That's a big freaking reel.
Yeah, but you got to think I got it on a 15-foot spinning rod.
Oh yeah, that's like
Surf
perfect
rod.
for it too.
Well, they make a 12,000 size.
What was that, shark reel?
Yeah, but it came with two spools. One is for braid and one was for monofilament. I put mono on it, and so I used the deeper inside cut,
Right.
and it held probably 300 yards of 30-pound monofilament.
Well, that's pretty good.
I cranked on it. When I spooled that sucker up, my arm got tired of cranking.
When you're looking at the spool that you're getting the line from, and you're like, "Is this thing almost done?"
Yeah, for real. But that drum I caught at the dam today, did I tell you what I caught it on?
Yeah, that was it that light action?
Yeah, light action 6-pound test line.
I mean, that's crazy. Those things fight. They fight hard.
Yeah, and you got to think it was in those bowls too, and they were boiling hard. I thought, oh Lord, I'm about to get either spooled or broke. And it was peeling drag. I'd had the drag set kind of loose so it wouldn't. So I tightened up a little bit and it kept peeling drag. And I was like, good God, is it going to stop? So finally, I just had to crank down on the drag and finally got stopped and turned and it got it started horsing it in.
What kind of line was it?
Strand, 6-pound.
Really?
Yeah, I use that on if I'm using my light tackle like that, I use 6-pound strand, clear blue, that fluorescent clear blue.
Yeah.
I like the way it looks on a reel and I can see the line in the water.
Okay.
And some of my old bass rods that were spinning that I'd use for catfishing and just tie a 4/0 true turn worm hook on there and throw it out with chicken liver or whatever. I'd always use.
People don't talk about anymore is strand. You don't hear a lot of people talking about, oh, I still use strand and this and that. And, it's always about the next biggest thing. And that's what I always used.
Well, the only place that you can find it anymore is Walmart.
Yeah.
I was in Bass Pro today there in Chattanooga, and I was looking for it, and I could not find strand. They do not sell it.
And they used to be like the mecca for strand too.
Yeah,
Like they were the ones. I mean, they were basically the ones who put strand on the market, and because everybody was using it, all the bass guys and everybody. And when all these other people started coming out with, they started, it's all about that money. They started getting all that money for the other brands, and they just quit selling it, I guess.
yeah.
Because
Now
I think, yeah,
the closest thing that I found to that strand is the Bass Pro Shop Tourney Tough or XL, the clear blue fluorescent that they sell is about the next closest thing to strand.
Tourney. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah, it's in a red box. It's in the truck. I'd have to go get it to see what it is.
That's like Academy Sports has their own brand. What is it? Some H2O or something.
Who?
Academy Sports.
Oh yeah,
They have like the H2O XO or something like that. And I
right.
tried that one time just to try it, and that stuff sucks. To be honest.
It's
To
garbage.
be honest, that stuff is garbage. And I seen this P line. It's a pretty good price. I mean, they have different P lines. Like they have Extra Tough, which is like a mossy green, which is I use sometimes, like when I'm fishing around rocks and stuff. You
Yeah,
can't break that. You can't break that stuff. And then the other one is the other P line, which is the clear, the one I was telling you about, the blue and black box. That stuff, you can't even see it in the water.
right.
And that stuff's really nice. I use it for lighter stuff, and it's strong. And it's probably the only thing I use. Because I've tried, trilene, that stuff breaks easily. It's just,
Yeah,
even Cajun, there's people out there that still use Cajun on everything, which that's like one of the OGs, like Strand.
right. I went. A family member had a pond that he had dug and stocked with catfish, and he said that he knew that there was a 17-pounder in the pond. Well, I had an 8-foot spinning rod, medium action. I had spooled it up with some 17-pound string and tied me a Carolina rig to it and throwed it out with a piece of chicken liver. That rod went down, and as soon as I set the hook, that line snapped on me. And I've never had line snap by setting the hook like that. So that I mean, when I set the hook, it didn't quite snap then. I fought it for about 2 or 3 minutes, and then it
Right.
snapped. I don't know if I got wrapped up on a tree limb or whatever,
So
but
you might have snagged it on something or rubbed it against something.
I may have. But when I had a good bend in the rod, and when it snapped, it sounded like a 22 went off.
Oh, pow. Yeah, that's a
Yep.
good snap right there.
Oh yeah. It's about like when you hang up with 30 or 40-pound monofilament and you go to break it and it makes that sound.
Yeah.
But that was
Kind
just,
of scary. Kind of startle you real quick.
yeah. He was like, oh Lord, is he going to pop me in the ear or what?
Yeah, I'm just going to start packing up really a little bit. Actually found a nice piece of wood laying on the ground. I'm going to use it for my cutting board.
That'll work.
I mean, it's like perfect size too. If I could, I'd mount it to my tailgate, but I'd rather just have it loose. That way I can move it around.
Yeah. You know what else I found just as good as a cutting board? An old piece of plywood.
Yeah, that's basically what this is. Or not piece. It's not plywood, but it's just a big old long piece.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Oh yeah. It's like a tuba 8 or tuba 10.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
That worked perfect right there.
yep. I was using it tonight, and I'm like, "Damn, this thing works perfect." You just hose it off and let it dry, and
Good to go.
good to go. I don't think you're breaking that thing.
No.
Guess I can release these fish first. Oh my goodness. Oh, definitely not going over there. Yeah, I had a bunch of them in here. That's a little bait net
Oh yeah.
full.
Oh yeah.
Be free. Be mad if something. Oops. Sorry, guy. I threw him on the rock.
You knocked him out.
Yeah. Hopefully he swam away, not floated away. I'm not even gonna try to get close to the water.
Yeah, you'd be like me and fall in face first.
Yeah. It's pretty deep right here. I mean, oh, I'm letting you go. It's pretty deep right here, regardless. But I mean, there's a lot of rocks right there, though. Next time I come out here, I'm gonna try to just use all live bait and see what happens. Uh-oh. Come here, guy.
Sitting out here on live with you and hearing no hoot owl in the distance over. He just giving it up the world.
Yeah, I heard one earlier and I was hooting back at it.
Oh. And you know, that's one thing a turkey cannot stand.
A hoot owl.
A hoot owl. They'll gobble at.
Oh. Did I lose you?
No, I'm here.
Okay. It's like, where'd you go?
Yeah,
Yeah, I was surprised earlier when I was hearing them because they were going off like crazy. The hoot owls. Surprised I didn't hear no gobblers.
that and no crow first thing in the morning. That'll get a gobbler gobbling worse than anything, an old crow.
That's why sometimes when I wake up, right when before the sun comes up, I'll go out and I'll have my morning drink and I'll be sitting there and I'll go inside and get my crow call out of my gun safe. I'll wait right before the sun comes up, when you can see it, it's like dawn, and I'll sit there and I'll make a crow call. In the distance, you'll hear them gobbling.
Yeah.
I'm like, yep, they're there.
Oh yeah, get them fired up first thing.
Yep.
Me and my brother went turkey hunting one opening day here in Georgia, and had no gobbler answers.
What'd you say? Oh shit! Shoot. What'd you say? You had a gobbler? You there? Can you hear me? What happened? Where'd he go? Hey, Billy, what's going on, brother? Thanks for coming in. Andy Monster. Yeah, I use that too. I have some of it. I used it. I just thought it was too stiff. You still hear me, Billy? I think we lost Travis. I'm reeling all my rods. Probably going to lose all the rigs because I'm in some heavy structure. You there? Can you hear me? Hello? Where'd he go?
Basement. There I am.
There you go.
Yeah.
I was like, where'd he go?
Well, it went to spinning there on both of us for a second, and then I don't know what happened. But yeah, me and my brother, we set up and had that.
Cold Creek Billy's in the house. He was talking about the fishing line, talking about the Strid and the Andy.
Oh yeah, Andy.
He said he grew up using Strid. Orange 20-pound test. It was straight in the hook. If you get hung up.
But yeah, we was talking about turkey hunting. We had that old gobbler coming in. He was probably 50 yards on the other side of a little hill. And next thing I heard was a bunch of hens cut us off. And I was like, well, our hunting's over for this morning. Can't compete with the real thing.
Right? You can't call like the real ones.
No. But we went out later on that morning and set up in a different spot. And we started calling. A bunch of hens showed up. So we just shut up and let the hens do the calling for us.
I see, that's a good idea. Let the hens do all the work.
Yeah. But that old gobbler, he was on the other side of the swamp from us. That he was not coming no closer.
Really? So he didn't even attempt to get close.
No, he kept gobbling, but he never would come.
He's probably trying to call you in.
Oh yeah. He's saying,
I ain't going over there.
Nope, y'all come to me.
Right. He's like, I'm comfortable. You come over here.
That's it.
Oops. Yeah, this Ancient Mariner, the Albatross 6000, this thing is smooth.
I've got the original 6000. The original 6000 Ancient Mariners, and I like them.
Whatever I'm hung up on, I'm bringing it with me.
That's like what it was with me earlier. Whenever I was reeling my rod in, it felt like it was hung up in a rock. So I said, well, I'm just going to have to break it off. Dang, you got a nice tree pounder there.
That's a big one.
But
that hooked good.
So I thought I was hung up in the rock, so I was just going to break off. Well, it broke free, so I just started reeling it on up. Finally, it come on in, and it was a little stick that I'd hung up in the water out there.
Yeah, these new Trophy Cat Tackle 11-foot rods, they're freaking stout, man. They can put in some work.
Are they medium heavy or heavy action?
Medium heavy.
Okay.
Yeah, they put in some work, man. They and this mixed with this, I use Berkeley Pro Spec for my line,
Yeah.
and I used the Cast King leader because I couldn't ever get any of the what is that one that catch a fever cells, that leader line. I can't remember the name of it, but they're always out of it. And so I did did some research, and the next basically the next one from that one was the Cast King.
Yeah.
And it's not stiff, like the Andy, and it has a better stretch to it.
Right.
And it's strong. So
well, that Bass Pro Shop tight line that they sell, that in the bigger spools for deep sea fishing,
yeah,
the offshore angler tight line.
okay.
I've got a spool of that 100-pound that I use for my leader line. Yeah,
That's the
Cast King.
Cast King 60 and 80-pound leader.
Yeah, but that 100-pound offshore angler tight line, I use it to crimp with. That is some stout stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
What size do you use?
I've got 100-pound. I just use it for leader line. And I do all the crimps on it. I just crimp it. But you ain't got, because you can't tie a knot in it for no reason.
Yeah, it won't stay.
Yeah, it won't stay for nothing on the knot. But just crimp it, and I let Big Mike have one time, and he put it on one of his rods, and it was probably a 10-foot bank that he lifted. He bank flipped a 20-pounder with that 100-pound leader line.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Being able to bank flip a line like that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've picked up fish on this Cast King, the 80-pound. That's what I caught that flathead on. I lifted it up, no problem.
Yeah. The only problem that I have with like bank flipping at a high thing like that is the rod snapping, the backbone of the rod just giving away.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't lift it up. I just, gave Mike some room to get the head under it. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. But that's strong freaking line when you can, and it doesn't break. You know what I mean? Like that line you were talking about, and it didn't break. That's freaking good.
Yeah. But we went out fishing on my birthday, and I had one wreck, that 14-footer. It laid it flat, and I had it in that rod hitch I had on my truck.
Yeah.
And I reeled down on the fish and started fighting it, and I cut that 100-pound on something where we were fishing at. It was just a smooth cut, and I was like, "Dang!"
Where were you? What was around you though?
I think we was fishing a mussel bed. So.
Oh yeah, probably might have. Well, I don't know. It maybe a mussel cut it, but I don't think a mussel could do that to it.
And it may have had a nick in it that I didn't see whenever I throwed it out.
Is there a lot of isn't a mussel bed just like a flat?
Yeah,
or is there structure?
There's structure, and they'll, like on a ledge or something. When they get right there to that ledge, they fall off on the other side of the ledge a little bit every now and then. So you'll probably have some on the upbring of the ledge.
Oh, okay. I always thought it was like a flat, like a shallow flat or something. I didn't realize it.
Yeah, I mean, mussel beds can be anywhere from 2 to 14 foot at a gradual decline.
Right.
So,
Right, I had some of those blue carp baits.
Blue River carp.
Yeah, Blue River, actually throwing some of that on there. I did good with that last year here. Yeah, I got these lights on the TikTok shop too. They're really good. I mean, I've been out here fishing for however long, and I only used one bar.
Is that the one that you was using at the gathering?
Yep.
Yeah.
The
That sucker was,
O'Gary.
yeah, that sucker was bright.
They even sent me another one for free.
Wow.
Yeah, they said they liked my video and
Your review of it?
Yeah, they said they wanted to send me another one, so I got it like within 5 days when they said they were going to send it to me.
Shoot, can't beat that.
Heck no. And they're compact too. I mean, that's the bottom.
Yep.
And you can just hang them up. They have hooks. You can hang them on stuff, and it's a magnet as well. You can put it on the side of your. I don't know if you can see the steel. And then they got the hook where you can just hang it on something.
Yeah. Hang it on a limb of a tree.
Yeah. That way you don't have to carry the
stand.
The stand. If I can throw. Yeah, let me put that out. Ooh, gripped over there. Yeah, I know. I'm glad I didn't use my sucker because I wanted to keep that.
Oh, yeah.
I only got 2 of them this year because they were scarce.
Oh, the red horse.
Yeah, I was worried because my surgery I wasn't going to be able to find any, and I went down to the river. It's about 40 minutes outside of my town, the other direction.
Yeah.
And I was going down there to fish because my daughter and my girlfriend, well, wife, we've been together like 20 years. And they went down there and said, yeah, the river's good. You know, it's fishable. And I said, okay. So I went down like the next day and it was like up. So I couldn't fish it. So I just threw a net and I caught all them shad and netted skipjack and shad and caught some red horse. And I was like, yeah, I'll take that.
Shoot, yeah.
I didn't want to go empty-handed.
Oh, no.
Well, I basically got everything packed up except this last light. Appreciate you coming in and hanging out with me. Appreciate everybody that came in here. Billy, I appreciate you coming in, sir. I don't know when I'm going to fish again because all this dang rain we're supposed to be getting.
Yeah.
But if I get out, I mean, I have my canopy. I mean, I can use that. That's like no issue right there. I won't be able to fish here though. I might go to one of the lakes by the house. They're just not really good lakes because a lot of people keep everything from there. You know, I don't know. I mean, there's crappie fishing in there and stuff like that. There's a few channel cats, but they're really hard to catch because a lot of people who catch catfish there just throw them up on the bank because there are a lot of bass fishermen around there.
Yeah.
And they could care less about catfish. You know, I've found dead carp thrown up on the banks before, and like huge carp. I mean, this one carp I seen had to have been, 2.5, 3 foot long.
Right.
And it was a common carp. It wasn't a grass carp. It still had a little bit of skin on it, and it was brown.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I think next time I fish, I'll probably just go up to Mississippi over there by Danny and them and fish. Be like, hey, I'm gonna go up in your area. Where's that spot you fished at? Blah blah blah. You know?
Oh yeah. Drop me a pin.
Right. And he will, or he'll say, hey, I'll meet you there or something.
Oh yeah.
But
Freight train going by.
yeah, there's tracks. You gotta cross tracks to get here. Like I said, Travis, I appreciate you. Appreciate you, Billy, for coming in. Everybody who came in.
Well, anytime, man. If I'm able, I'll jump on and help out whatever I can do.
All right, brother. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're
y'all
welcome,
have a
brother.
good weekend. Be safe, and I'll see y'all next time. Okay.
All right, then, Matt. Have a good night.
You guys too.
All right, see you, brother.
Later.